jumping. Hi. Welcome to Boys.
Welcome.
It's 146.
It is 146?
I'm backwards as hell. I don't know. You know, it's all a blur.
It is a blur.
We got a classic in the making. Mm-hmm. A cold coffee, throwing it back, just you and I, just the two of us.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. I like these. I like when it's just you and I every now and then, get a little different flow going, different vibe.
Yeah. It's a bit of a throwback.
Yeah.
We're going to get right to the episode, but first, some business. BoysPodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the golden donate button, top right corner. Send a few bucks our way if you like the show. If you want to keep us going, be greatly appreciated. Again, that's BoysPodcast.com.
Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Spotify. Doesn't it sound professional to say we're on Spotify?
We finally made it to Spotify.
You could put us on create your own playlist. Pick an episode. That'd be weird though. An hour and a half of a thing.
Yeah, in the middle of like 4, I don't know, Meghan Trainor songs. Is she still a thing?
Sure. What did she do? No bass? All about the bass? No bass.
No bass.
No bass.
All treble.
All treble. It's for skinny girls, right?
Yeah.
All treble. Leave a review on iTunes. We'll rise up to the top of the ranks or maybe somewhere.
I'd be happy with the middle of the ranks.
Lower middle?
Yeah.
Lower
middle class ranking of our podcast on Spotify.
Very fitting. Subscribe. Share. All I could ask you to do is just share. The more shares you do. Remember when you were in a band or you really liked a band and there was like a street team for that band?
Yeah, I used to want to be on a street team.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that cool to be on a street team?
I was never on one. I always aspired to be on a street team.
All you had to do was send in your info and they would send you shit to like flyers to post up.
I would have just kept the stuff. Be like, I got 18 copies of the new Korn album.
Were you ever a member of a fan club? An official member of a fan club?
I don't think so, looking back. I don't think I was. I'd like to have been. I never wanted to cough up the dinero.
Yeah, because when you're like 16, it's what was it like $50 a year for something
like that? Yeah,
like $10 a month. Like the PXPX fan club, I think it was like $10 a month.
It's a hefty price. But $120 a year.
But you got a 7-inch. You got a T-shirt.
I got a 6-inch.
Hello, 6-incher.
A 6-incher from the ground.
Maybe we do that. Maybe we do a boys street team and a boys fan club.
I kind of like boys fan club. It's got a ring to it.
It does.
I dig that.
It might get us a little more trouble with the emails.
Well, speaking of emails, you can email us at boys@boyspodcast.com. Check it out. Send us an email. Send us a little feedback. Put your physical address on the bottom of the email. We'll send you out some stickers. Our sticker collection is growing.
It is. We got a couple different designs, different sizes.
We'll send you a little grab bag of stickers. Excuse me. Just email us, boys@boyspodcast.com.
Thanks to the sponsors. Thank you, Anthem Brewing. AnthemBrewing.com. Delicious beers. Right now I'm having a power pill. It's been a lovely day. Dare I say it, a lovely weekend we just had, too.
I agree.
It's definitely changed my mood. Sipping on a nice Anthem Power Pills on your back porch, it's that kind of weather.
All day I dream about Anthem. Adidas.
Double A. AnthemBrewing.com. Fat Bison, maker of beautiful wooden artistic pieces. That's what I'm going to say.
A real room tire together, a real conversation piece, I would say.
And unique.
All day I dream about Fat Bison. Adidas.
Keep it local? What's more local than your local woodsman?
Locally sourced wood, locally crafted, delivered, packaged, beautiful. Mwah. FatBison.com.
Champion Vintage OKC on Instagram. Check out the stock, the inventory there. Give them a message. Tell them a boy sent you. They'll give you a deal.
Lastly, thank you for the donations, the feedback, and most importantly, like my comrade here said, the shares. This is all word of mouth. No one finds out about this podcast unless you tell them about it.
Word of mouth.
So, love that album. I was actually in the Ludacris fan club. I wish. Tell a friend if you like it. Spread the word. That's how we're going to get to that middle, what do we say? Upper middle?
Lower middle class.
Lower middle class. Yeah. And without further ado, on to the show. I just flew back from Austin, and boy, are my terrible hip-hop artists tired.
You know what? That was a good pun. Terrible hip-hop artist tired. Because tired is a term.
It's a slang
it's
for
played out.
Played out. Yeah. Lame. Boring.
Did you hear some Did you hear some hacky hip-hop down there?
So I went to Austin last weekend.
You did?
On a work trip. Went down and got right in the eye of the storm that is known as South by Southwest.
This, maybe it's just a sign of my age. I had no earthly idea that it was South by weekend. I thought you were just going down there for this random pedal convention. Nah, South by.
Right in the middle.
I'm 37 years old. I've never been to South by Southwest, ever.
I've been to a few. Used to live down there. Went to a couple. It's cool. Man, it was interesting.
Is it a young men's game?
Not really. There's everybody and anybody there. I would say it's an old man, a young man, everybody in between.
But I mean, when you're in your early 20s, I would assume South by is something way different to someone in their mid to late 30s.
For sure. It was cool. So I went down there for work. There was a guitar pedal expo, and got to drive down, hang out with Colin, had a really good time, sell some pedals, talk about pedals, look at pedals, play through some pedals, admire some pedals.
Stop saying the word pedal, please.
And then I put my pedal to the metal and got home.
You did? Well, you put your pedal to the metal and a pure piece of American machinery.
I did. And, if faithful listener, you've listened to all the boys podcasts, you know that I have this car fever. I paid my car off. It's not a rust bucket. No. It's not a piece of garbage, but it's old, it's slow, it's boring. It's just it's a utility vehicle.
Here's the thing though. The entire time you pay for a car, you're paying it off. You say this thing, man, I can't wait to not have any more car payments. And then as soon as you get it done paid off, you're like, well, this car's kind of old.
Yeah.
Or like when you get in a new car and you realize, man, my old car sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not a shitty car. It's in comparison to a muscle car.
Yeah. So my boss was super gracious and maybe felt a little sorry for me because I had a really hard time finding a rental car. Little did I know it was spring break weekend or the weekend leading into spring break.
Yeah.
So I went to 3 or 4 different rental car places, called around, could not find a rental car. So the lady at the one close to my house, the final one I went to, that you so graciously took me to, Josh, thank you very much for that. Welcome. On the record, thank you. Don't forget it. She sent me to the airport. She said, I'm going to call the Avis at the airport and we'll see what they got. That's probably your best chance because it's a bunch of rental car places all in one centralized location.
And at an airport, they're going to have like a garage, not filled, but a lot of rental cars. Actually, they have the whole rental car place there.
Like a lot, literally a lot of rental cars. And so I went down there. I walked in. The young lady working the counter, I think she took a little pity in me. And I asked for some options. My boss was like, man, rent whatever you want. In fact, I will quote, rent a Cadillac. They are cool. And I was like, man, I think I could ride in style in a Cadillac.
But he's from a different generation where, Cadillacs are still bitchin' cars. There's some new Cadillacs that I would. The
3-door Cadillac, like it's kind of a hatchback, has a little mini trunk, but it's it's 2-door with the opening, hatchback style back. I don't know the model number. It is so clean.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It just looks, it's angular and it's like low to the ground. And I'd love to drive one of those.
I've always had a fascination for older Cadillacs, like 50s, 60s Cadillacs. But it wasn't until the movie The Matrix Revolutions, or Reloaded, maybe it was, where they had those white Cadillacs that almost look like Bentleys or Chrysler 300s.
That's the one I think I'm talking about too. Yeah, really angular. It does kind of look like that. But did I rent a Cadillac? No, I didn't. Did I rent an economy car?
No.
I did. Did I rent a crossover, sport utility?
No.
Van?
No,
I didn't. I rented a 2000 and I think it was a 2020 if those are out. Whatever the new 2019, 2020.
I think rental cars get like the newest of everything.
Yeah. It had 1,500 miles on it.
It's crazy.
Ford Mustang GT V8. I've been having the sports car fever. It's my midlife crisis. I know it. And the girl at Avis at the airport, she gave me the rental for the cheapest price she could. It was very nice of
She
her.
gave you a muscle car for the cost of, I wouldn't say an economy, but
it was
like a sedan or something.
So I got a 5-day rental, unlimited mileage, for $308 after taxes and fees.
That's insane.
The economy was $300 after taxes and fees. Now you're thinking 5 days, that's a long time in a car.
It is.
$8 more, not per day, total. So I go out and
for $2 a day.
Yeah. $1.70 a day and some change.
For the price of a cup of coffee, you can ride and stop.
And I did. I go out and I get the keys, I fill out the paperwork, I sign my name.
I'm just imagining your eyes like a kid at Christmas, like, ha.
Dude, I turned the corner and there it was. Now, the airport didn't have a lot of cars either. They were picked pretty dry.
Yeah.
There was a Ford Mustang. There was, I sauntered on over to the cool car section, and there was a white Ford Mustang with a black hood, small spoiler, 20-inch wheels, just beautiful. And then right next to it, there was a Dodge Challenger, and I thought about getting that one because that, it's got a Hemi. And you know what I think about Hemis.
I don't even know what a Hemi does.
Is it a motor?
I'm assuming.
Okay. I walk over to the Mustang. I get inside. I fire it up, and it's one of those ones like when you hit the start button, because cars have buttons to start now. Unlike my old 2013.
We have to put a key inside of an ignition.
Yeah. What is this? The steampunk? What? But it was one of those cars that when you turn it on, it goes like. You know what I mean? That like really guttural engine, And I get there, and first thing you do in a rental car, you hook your phone up to it. It's got Bluetooth, baby. So I hook my Verizon iPhone XS Max 512 gigabyte right up to that Bluetooth.
How cool did it feel to have the newest, best phone in a brand new bitchin' car?
I was feeling pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Now I know I'm bragging. I know I'm I'm rubbing it in or whatever you call that term. But you know what, man? I just felt like the Lord smiled on me that day.
You got to feel like you're in a different class structure for like 4 days.
Totally. And guess what? I rented it with my company, American Express. I was just feeling
good.
Like rich white trash, man.
Wearing your joggers and a t-shirt.
I was wearing a band t-shirt and some joggers and a backwards hat. I felt so cool, man.
That's so awesome.
I got in it, fired it up, exit the lot. And like this thing is like low to the ground. It sounds super good when you step on the gas. And what did I queue up? I'm going to give you a guess. What did I play the first song ripping out of the parking lot?
Nookie by Limp Bizkit.
Close. I played close, but worse. I played.
Rollin'?
No. Oh, but that's what I should have done. No, I played the new Limp Bizkit album from start to finish. And I was just like, boy, am I a fucking douchebag.
Did you put the sunglasses on?
I did. Oh, yeah. I had my shades on. I had to roll in style,
For sure.
But yeah, so I got down to Austin, had a great time, went and ate a good dinner with my buddy and his girlfriend, got to meet her. She's super awesome. It was great. Like Colin and I are just, we've been good friends for a long time, even though we live far apart. We don't talk all the time. We text a lot because we're both Thunderheads. So,
is that what they call the fans?
Thunderbirds?
Yeah. What do you guys feel about those giant ass love patches that are on the jerseys?
All right. I'm on the record again. Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it just have said like loves in like white with like a little heart? That looks it looks like somebody went up and just slapped a sticker on it.
When I saw that jersey, I was working at the bar and I looked up at the TV. I'm like, what? Are they a fucking grade school team? Remember when you're in grade school and you have like either a basketball jersey or football, like mostly basketball or
it's
like baseball.
Rodney's Plumbing on
Rodney's
the back,
Plumbing or like CNC Video or whatever, because they paid for the fucking jerseys. That's what it looked like, just this giant loves thing. So we have a shitty logo. We have yet to make any jersey or uniform that looked cool, minus from that orange throwback one that looked kind of cool.
Yeah, I think the dark blue ones, not the old European style with the stripe on the side, but our new dark blue ones look all right. I think that the cultural appropriation ones look okay.
El Thunder?
Whatever they are. And no, I think it's like Native American.
With the... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Those are okay. But yeah, we haven't really had one that just really knocked it out of the park. But yeah, the logo is terrible. Colin and I got to watch a game. We lost, like we do right now. Can't find a groove. Don't get it. What are we paying you for? All right, this is Sports Talk with Robbie Ray. Huh? New angle?
New angle?
No. We had a great time.
Yeah.
So, okay. How long would you say, on average, you've been to Austin?
Yeah.
You've been to Austin together.
Yeah.
From door to door, how long would you say a trip to or from Austin takes?
Well, now I don't want to get in a dad mode, but I mean, what time of the day talking? We don't. You don't want to leave with rush hour traffic from your destination. You don't want to get into rush hour traffic.
Got to time it.
Well,
Just
getting
right.
to Dallas, you have to time it. You don't want to get into Dallas around like 3 to 7 or whatever. So
I
you
go through Fort Worth, but either way,
you're still going to hit that hump. I don't know. I would say I've driven there quite a few times. I always say like 7 hours.
I would say
with traffic.
Yeah, I would say depending on traffic, again, depending on what time of day you leave, I would say 6.5 hours on a really good day.
Yeah.
And then 7, maybe 7:15 on I hit traffic in Fort Worth and Waco and north side of Austin.
Yeah.
Because my buddy Colin lives on the south side of Austin. So, once you get to Austin, it takes a little time. So when I came back on the super cyberpunk modern tachometer on this thing that like lit up and had a HUD
it's like an LCD screen. It's like a monitor, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
a computer monitor.
Well, it had the monitor with Apple CarPlay, and then it had the tachometer, and then it had a HUD on the windshield. Like shit would pop up on the windshield. It was so awesome.
That's crazy.
So when I came back on Sunday, I woke up in classic Robbie Ray fashion at like 5 a.m. Just bink, wide awake, gotta piss, can't go back to sleep.
And you're staying at your friend's house.
And I'm sleeping.
Isn't it the worst?
I'm sleeping on I'm like traipsing around like a burglar.
And you can't go back to sleep. It's like, so what do I do?
Yeah. My iPad was dead because I fell asleep with it on the night before. I woke up I was using my iPad as a pillow. It was sad. Yeah. You could see like a stain from my face on the screen when I woke up. Anyways, so I woke up at 5 a.m. I had all my shit packed the night before. So
prepped and ready.
Yeah, all I had to do was I brought down like bedding to use, sheet, fitted sheet, had a quilt.
Fitted sheet? You put a sheet over the couch?
Well, see, Colin has a very deep couch, and if you take the back pillows off,
it's
almost like a
bed.
twin size bed. It's nice. It's a good sleeping couch. So I get up, I get all my shit ready, I load up the car, I lock his door, I leave the key in the hiding spot, and I left him a little note.
Good guest.
I think I was a good guest. I think I'm a pretty good guest, except for the morning farts, like the morning shit farts when you're in there just playing the snare drum.
I don't shit in the morning. It's weird.
Always.
Yeah.
I get back. Oh, so I hit the timer when I left his apartment complex. I looked at the time when I pulled into my driveway, and it was 5 hours and 10 minutes.
That's fucking insane. You opened her up.
I let the ponies run.
So you said it had that guttural noise when you started it, when you were taking her out on the highway, because there's a lot of open stretch of highway that's pretty bare out there. You're not going to hit any fucking traffic.
Right.
Like mid-Texas.
Yeah, like in between the big cities, there's like nothing.
Yeah.
There's like, there's literally nothing.
Could you feel it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, going from driving my little Chevy Sonic little roller skate egg to that thing, it didn't feel like you were going that fast. Like I looked down at one point and I was going 97 miles an hour, and I didn't even think I was going. I thought maybe I was going 75.
But as soon as you notice it, you immediately like take off the gas and go, ah.
No, because I had my trusty radar detector. What do you think about that, Josh? You had some thoughts on that when you hopped into my car.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robbie's full on dad.
Oh yeah,
he got himself a radar detector.
I did.
So when I got in your car and I saw your radar detector, I looked at you. I think I said the same thing I said when you told the story about your little show that you put on for someone. I think I just go, "Oh, Robbie, what are you doing,
man?
Are you really concerned about the fuzz?"
No, not at all. Because I don't speed in my car. Do I drive fast in my car? I can't. And
you're
B,
one of the safest drivers I know.
Yeah, I'm a very attentive hands on 10 and 2, looking around, very attentive driver. I pride myself in my driving skills and my pussy eating skills, to be honest, but mainly driving.
Did you say you're the pussy eating champion of the Southwest?
Yeah. 3-time champion. I opened her up on the way. Oh, I'm still talking about eating pussy. No, I opened her up on the way back.
Right.
And I wasn't driving like an asshole as far as like cutting people off and veering.
Right.
But the thing about leaving that early in the morning, I pulled out of Colin's apartment at 6 a.m. on the dot. The sun was not up. It was nice. I got to watch the sun come up over like these plains in like South or, North Texas, I guess I should say. Anyways, yeah, I got home super fast. Going back to the radar detector thing though, I think it's mainly a nostalgia thing.
Did your dad have one?
No.
Okay.
But my friend that lived across the street, her name was Nicole. I grew up with this girl. She was a few years older than me. I hung out with her for years. Like she played with me. And once I played with her and got caught by my parents. But her mom had a radar detector, and her mom would take us to school in the morning because her mom was a stay-at-home mom. Both of my parents worked early. So I would walk across the street, get in her mom's car with her, and she would take us to school. And I just remember the nostalgic, ear-splitting beep, bleep, bleep, bleep. It's almost like a little whistle.
Yeah.
And as soon as I plugged mine in, so I had some Amazon bucks from a Christmas gift card.
You had a little extra money laying around in the Amazon account.
Yes. Yeah, like a gift card. And the other night, or a few nights before I left for Austin, I was like, maybe I'll just get a radar detector. That's some first world problems. I'm like, what am I going to waste money on? Perhaps a radar detector.
Yeah. I could donate this money to someone's Amazon wish list.
Good point.
Or you could buy something for the household.
I need to be a better person.
But you decide a radar detector.
Yeah. And the price range on these jokers goes from like $20 for like the bottom of the barrel.
You don't want
shit.
a shitty radar detector.
They go up to like $400 and $500.
That's the real good one.
So 20 to 500. I met her right in the middle at $35.
Well, the middle would be more like, $150. But
true. It went off so much on the way home, but the range on this awesome thing is simply awesome. So far out ahead of me that when it beeped, I would slow down and then I'd turn a corner or approach a bridge, an overpass, and there was the fuzz sitting right there.
I wonder if radar detectors detect it with enough time before the cop's detector can detect your speed. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's one coming. If you slow down now, he won't catch you.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
It's a game of cat and mouse.
Well, that's what they say. It's cops and robbers, really.
Speaking of mice, I got a little infestation, dude.
Oh, like
in my pubes.
Papa Roach. Is that what infest?
Infest.
One of those.
I bet it was infest because that's like more roach related.
And there's a roach on the cover. Yeah.
What are some other roach related album names that we could make up on the spot? Go.
Roach shit. I don't know.
Roach shit. I like that. No, going back to the mice here. The other night, well, a few weeks ago, a month ago at this point, I heard a little rustling. Kate and I were on the couch watching TV, and I heard something. It sounded like it was like a couple of pots and pans clanking together. Like not like a loud thing, but just like a little rustling. And a few minutes later, I saw a little mouse. It was like probably 1.5 inches long, excluding its tail. It was a little guy, a little brown mouse.
A little baby mouse.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no, not in my house. Not welcome.
You American Hick, you curb stomp it?
I did. I curb stomped a 2-inch mouse.
That like, put your pinky on the curb.
Yeah. No, so I bought some traps. Now, I'm a little conflicted. I'm not a vegetarian. I like to hunt when I can.
Right.
I'm against the ethical treatment of animals if I'm not eating them.
Right.
Right. But I went and got some glue traps. I laid them out. A few days went by, nothing. It's like, this is a pretty sneaky little mouse. Another day went by, nothing. Finally, on the third day, I arose and I went into the kitchen and there was the mouse on the glue trap.
the same mouse you saw?
Yeah. Same little brown mouse.
So with the glue trap, what you're doing is it steps on this, I guess, glue paper, correct? And it gets stuck there and it starves to death?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it was still alive when I found it. It was stuck to the glue trap, pretty intensely stuck to it, like he tried to get off. And I think they just, I guess if you didn't find it, it would die.
So what did you do with it?
I picked it up with a dustpan, walked out to my trash, and just went plop.
It was still alive.
Uh-huh.
So you murdered a mouse.
Well, and on the day that I did, it was below freezing, so it probably froze to death in the night.
No remorse about that, huh? Just
a lot of remorse about that.
Killing a mouse.
Yeah.
Killing in the name of...
I would like to have set him free.
Yeah.
Taken him out to my dad's in the country and go, bye, little buddy. Come back.
Yeah. But he was in your house.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, all is taken care of. Next night, I hear it again.
Now they're mad.
They're back with a vengeance. What'd you say about mice?
You killed one of their own. What's that?
Something about if you see one.
If you see one, there's more there. Where there's one, there are many.
Okay.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom. So true, Josh. Mm-hmm. I caught another one. I thought, all right, got his little sister, got his little brother. There's another little small one.
Mm-hmm.
Next night, 2-on-1 trap. 2.
Well, see, that's them coming. That's like, so you probably killed their kids, and mom and dad came out like, where the fuck are our kids? Karen? Steve? Where are my kids? And now they're on a glue trap.
Yep.
Now they're dead. So you slaughtered a family.
I did. So 2 more. So the mouse totals up to 4. And I thought, okay, all right.
By the way, Steve's a terrible name for a mouse.
Karen and Steve?
Karen and Steve. I didn't want to go Mickey, Minnie. I mean, that's too on the nose. Get it?
The mouse nose? The little black ball? So 4. The mouseometer is at 4 right now. All quiet. Quiet on the home front.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, got these jokers out of here. 2 weeks go by. The other night, Kate and I are watching the new season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which is excellent, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
Gets my seal of approval.
Tearjerker.
I hear clank, clank, clank again.
And what did you do? Did you pull a dad and just like make noises like, motherfucker?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I totally did the dad like, God, God damn it. That's I'm quoting my dad there. But when I was younger, before he cussed in front of me, Dad Nabbit.
Dag Nabbit. I've heard your dad say Dag Nabbit on several occasions. I think it's a dad thing. You don't want to say it. My dad wouldn't curse. He was basically the dad from the Christmas Story. He was like, or he'd say, hell.
That sounded just like your dad.
Yeah. Nick Nolte-ish.
My dad, and I think I've said this on the show before, but my dad was also a fan of, let's say he was changing a timing belt on a car.
As dads do.
And let's say his wrench broke.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of mice, he'd say, Mickey Mouse piece of shit.
Like it's a child's toy or
maybe
something?
it's like a toy. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who plays with Mickey Mouse toys? You're really showing your age, old man.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
So you heard another.
I heard another. And here's the worst part, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, I'm all about honesty, being transparent on the show.
Sure.
Our kitchen started to stink the other day because all this mouse activity is all going on in our kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I smelled something weird, and it's not like overpowering, like knock you over, but I was in the kitchen and I smelled something a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, man, did Olivia pee in the house somewhere? Because it kind of smelled like pee.
You know, that kind of acidic smell?
That acidic kind of pierces your nose, a little bit. Not literally, but...
Goes in there and just gives you a nice septum piercing.
Yeah, right. A nice dangly from the nose to the ear. You know that? The Sebastian Bach, the Lisa Bonet.
I thought those were so cool when I was a kid.
Same. So anyways, I open, that storage compartment under your stove that you pull out?
Mm-hmm.
I open that.
Yeah.
And underneath my stove is a bunch of mouse poop.
Yeah.
So they're pissing and shitting in my house. And guess what? Now it's on.
Like Donkey Kong. So that's not a storage drawer. It's
not.
No, it's made for cooking.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure. I didn't know this either until my wife told me that. She's like, "Why
you
do
cook down there?"
Well, I had an apartment, and she would come over, and she was,
Whoa, you had a girl over?
Yeah, she opened that thing, and she's like, or she's looking for a cookie sheet. I was like, "Oh, it's underneath the stove." She pulled it. She goes, "Why is it down there?" I'm like, "Because that's where you store your
cookie sheets.
Yeah, cookie sheets and pans and shit."
Yeah.
She's like, "No, that's disgusting. It's like a broiler, a catcher for the bottom of your stove. So anytime you cook anything in the stove, it falls into that thing."
I did not know that.
I did not know that. So you're going to, now you are Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of Predator when he's gearing up.
Yes.
Like, this is the last fucking straw.
Putting the camouflage on my face.
Yeah,
tying those weird ribbons around your arms like the Ultimate Warrior.
The spiky booby traps.
Yeah.
Douse yourself in mud so they can't detect you, and you're going to kill this fucking Predator.
Well, here's the deal, man. The little one is gone at her grandparents this week. All week. So I got to take care of this now.
Yeah.
Because that was my biggest fear, is that she would see one of those mice dead on the mouse, or not dead, but writhing in agony.
And it would like scar.
And I would have to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I was sneaky, like a mouse. I had 4 or 5 dead mice in my trash can.
You got to think like a mouse, Rob. You got to get in the mind of a mouse.
I do.
You know what it was? The weather was kind of chilly before, and I think they may have huddled into the home for warmth.
Yep. Absolutely.
And you started murdering them one by one, picking them off Jason Voorhees style.
Yeah.
And now that the weather's warm, I'm sure they're just going to leave. They probably already left.
Well,
but you have a mess to clean.
Yes, a stinky mess. And, I'm a pretty clean fella. Like, that ain't going to fly.
No.
And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't knock you over smell like if you go into somebody's house and they have like a terrible cat box or something. It's not like that. But like a whiff is enough.
A whiff is enough that it'll stay, it'll hang out in your nostril.
Yeah, exactly.
It hangs out there for a bit.
And Kate went and got some supplies after work. So I'm restocked on my traps. We got some bleach. We got MAGA hats.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding. We got bleach. We got Pine Sol. We got latex gloves. We've got masks.
Killing it with chemicals. Basically.
No. We're going to clean up.
Yeah.
Like forensic scene.
That's what I'm saying,
something.
but you're killing that
the
clean
stank.
Yeah. With chemicals. Sometimes you got to do that.
So
Sometimes you go in full force.
I got to do it, man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it.
So
I'm going to clean my house.
Have you heard any more rustling? Do you think they're gone?
No, they're not, because these little bastards are getting smart. They went. So on the glue traps, I usually put a couple pieces of dog food because they're attracted to dog food.
Okay.
And
gotta sprinkle some crack on there. Mice love crack.
Sprinkle some crack on them. Oh, good reference. I usually put a couple pieces of dog food right in the middle of the trap to lure them to the middle of the trap.
Right.
Because I've seen one of them got stuck to the trap, and I woke up in the morning and he was off the trap, but his tail was still on the trap. Mm-hmm. So he either chewed his own tail off to get out of the trap or ripped it off.
I was going to say, I've had that happen with the actual old school mouse trap. You check it the next day and it snapped, but it's just the dude's tail. He's like, fuck this tail. Yeah. I think they grow back.
I don't know. I think that's lizards.
Could be.
I don't know. Maybe they do.
I don't know.
Let us know. Email us, boysandboyspodcast.com with all your mouse info. So yeah, I'm going to kill these things. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get my life back in order.
I'm going to get my life together.
Seriously. Nothing makes you feel more gross than having a
it's in the back of your mind.
Mouse in your house.
When you have an infestation, cut my life into pieces. It's not all you think about it, but it's there. Like when we had
totally
possums in the house. They were living underneath the crawl space. Heard a bunch of rustling and the dogs barking. I think I've told this on the show before, but that underneath your sink cabinet, the dogs are like, argh. I'm like, what the fuck? And you do that creepy, like, open it and like,
oh yeah, you open it preparing to jump or wince.
Something's gonna, either there's gonna be something dead or something's gonna jump out at me. So I like prepare, and it's just a family of possums, and I just shut it, put a wood spoon through the thing so they can't open it, and I go right back to bed. Deal with that in the morning. And I never dealt with the way I dealt with it was I sealed them. I kind of murdered them too. I sealed them under the house, and they probably asphyxiated, ran out of air, and died. That being said, the whole time they're down there, then I start thinking, well, what else is here? If they're here,
oh yeah,
there's probably mice. Every house has roaches. They live in houses.
Bugs, period.
Yeah.
You know, they say you eat 10,000 spiders when you sleep in your life.
I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
I've never eaten a fucking spider. No spiders crawling in my mouth. No way.
Not this mouth.
No, not welcome.
Violent.
Yeah.
So you think you're gonna eradicate the problem?
Yeah. I got it under control. We're gonna beat this. We're gonna overcome this.
You start a GoFundMe for it.
It's a good idea.
Like, these mice just won't leave my house. I need X amount of dollars to kill these mice.
Could I have like $80,000 to buy a new house? That's a cheap house.
Yeah, that's a GoFundMe. I found 5 mice in my house, and I just need a new home.
Gotta go.
Go.
What could be a worse GoFundMe than that? There's not many.
No.
So how have you been, man? So that was my trip. That was my story. How was your weekend?
It was good, man. Like I said, the weather's gotten better, and it's... I didn't realize that I was getting depressed because of the weather until the weather got better. And I just feel... More positive is going to sound lame, but I just feel like everything just... I'm not seeing the shittiness in everything.
Yeah.
Whereas when the weather was gray, overcast for like fucking 6 months or whatever, I just felt kind of like, meh.
It really felt like it was overcast for like 4 months straight, right?
Yeah, a while. And it kind of... It soaks into your brain. I was talking to some friends on our break today about that. Like, you know, the sunshine is making me feel good. I mean, vitamin D... allegedly is good for your mental health. And they were talking about, they've done studies, like they sell these like UV lights that you can put on your face.
Yeah, sunlight.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel very positive. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. Another good reference. But over my weekend, I went and saw this movie with little D-boy, who is absent tonight.
Little Boo-Banks, young Boo-Banks.
Young Boo-Banks.
He's recording his own podcast tonight. Can you believe it?
His very own podcast.
I feel like a parent that has sent their child off to college. Mm-hmm. It's like, go into the world.
Go learn.
And create content.
Thou shalt create content.
That's Creepo's Creep Show, by the way. If you like horror movies, check him out.
We, at his place of employment, the Rodeo Cinema, they were showing Lords of Chaos, which is a, I guess you would call it a feature film, loosely
well, it's a
based
movie.
on,
yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a documentary.
No,
there's actors
based on the band Mayhem. I know the story of Mayhem. I've never listened to any Mayhem's music, but I thought it'd be a cool movie to go see. After leaving the movie, I just the whole time I'm watching the movie, it's just in my head of like, these guys are just fucking dorks. And then I start thinking about that whole movement, like, everyone in every movement are just a bunch of fucking dorks trying to get laid. And so you put on this whole persona of like being creepy or evil or goth or punk or whatever it is. Like, we're all fakes. You fake it till you make it. And that's true in every facet of life. And those dudes faked it till they all died.
I want to see it really bad.
It's good.
I was bummed that I was going to be out of town during it because I like black metal. Mm-hmm. You know, I've read some books. I've listened to some albums. I've played some riffs. Mm-hmm. It's fun. Like it's not my favorite style of music, but I do really appreciate it. And I like all the things surrounding it.
It's theatrical, man.
Yeah. And that's what's cool about it, you know? But like the whole like burning churches thing, you know, call me crazy, but that's a little weird.
And they addressed that in the movie because that's a huge part of the thing of that. I guess the other dude in the band didn't want to do it, but he put on the persona of like doing that. And the other dude was a fucking sociopath who just did it. So I don't know. It just made me, I cringed for myself a little bit when I saw it. Like, oh, when I was 18, I thought I was punk. You know what I mean?
Still do. Come on.
Like, I don't think I'm punk at all. I mean, I'm 37 years old. Like, I'm just a dude.
You're just
I'm a dude who listens to punk rock, but
yeah.
I'm a dad without a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
So did you like the movie?
I loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
Because I want to watch it, but if it sucks, I'm not going to watch it. So
I thought it was really good. And I went back, I did reverse research where I got kind of fascinated about it. So I did research, and it was pretty accurate to what actually went down.
How many burning churches would you give it?
Out of 10, I would give it a solid 10. It was good. It was
10?
It was very entertaining.
10 out of 10 burning churches.
It was shot really well. Mm-hmm. So it looked beautiful. The acting was great.
Okay.
Maybe, you know what? I'll give it 9.5. 9 and a steeple.
Nice. Hold on just a sec. My dad's calling me. Hey, Dad, you're on the podcast. What's up?
Am I really?
Yep.
You're just bullshitting me.
Nope. You're on, man. We're recording live right now. What are you doing?
So they can hear me?
Every word you say. No,
So it's okay if I say bullshit?
You can say whatever you want. If you say anything too terrible, I'll edit it out. But what are you doing?
Oh, I ain't done nothing. Fixed to go in the house, been outside. I'll let you go if you're busy.
Oh, I want to talk to you now.
No.
Oh.
Hey, how is the weather? You've been enjoying the weather? Isn't it nice? Can you hear me?
Been on?
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
That was Josh. He's across the room.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll call you back later.
I don't want to interrupt your stuff. Ain't no big deal. I'm just checking in with you.
You're never interrupting. I was just wanting to see if you had a joke or a clever musing for the show.
I'll have to think about it a minute.
All right. Well, if you think of something, call me back. I'll call you when this is over.
How long will that be?
Oh, probably about another 20, 30 minutes.
Okay, no big deal. I just wondered.
All right. Talk to you later, Dad.
Okay.
Bye, dude.
All right.
I was hoping you have I wanted a weather watch.
I needed those magic words. Rain. That magic word.
Yeah.
Rain.
Wow, we could use some rain.
My dad loves the rain.
Dad loves a hard falling rain. So your dad calling just reminded me of this. So I had a little, the weather's been nice. So last night before dinner, Diana, my wife, she's not drinking at the moment. She's like, man, it'd be really nice to like have a beer on our backyard. I'm like, yeah, it is nice. So we shared a beer. We split a beer in half. David Copperfield. Sat in the back, and I'm looking at the yard, and I start Dad, and I'm like, I really got to get out here and cut this grass.
Oh, yeah. It's already time,
It's already time to do it. I ain't ready.
It's just the weeds right now, though.
Well, that's what Diane's like. Well, it's weeds and clover, so you gotta let it grow up, and then cut it when it's all even. Like,
yep.
All right. Like a bad haircut.
I know. I was doing the same thing, dude. We have some plans for... I've like a nice back deck. It's not huge, but it's a nice wood deck that's covered. It's nice for entertaining.
I was going to say, it's a really good spot for entertainment.
Yeah, or just hanging out with the one you love. But we have plans for the backyard, and I'm just like, yeah, I got to fix that fence. I need to pull those weeds right there. I need to do this. I got a couple of rocks, like those large, big like rocks that people like decorate with.
Yeah,
I was like, I need to move those. Got to get a wheelbarrow. Got to get a new shovel.
Wait, what did you say? A wheel what?
Barrow.
You said barrel. You put an L at the end of it.
Wheelbarrow. That's what it is, right? It's a barrel cut in half with a wheel.
When I was a child, that's what I thought it was.
Barrow?
Barrow.
Okay.
What's a barrow, though?
I don't know. But yeah, I was doing the same thing, like feeling that dad coming on, like Kate really wants to redo the flower beds out front because right now they look like garbage. They're terrible. I look trashy I have no curbside appeal.
She wanted to put some like flowers, like actual flowers in your flower bed?
I think we're just for simplicity and not really cost, because I mean flowers aren't really expensive. If you go down to Rudy's or the Home Depot or
but
TLC.
You're buying something that then you have to like work to like put it in and like take care of it, and then it's gonna die, or it'll eventually. Was that a haiku? Maybe.
That's very.
So you're gonna get some curb appeal for the house.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do rocks, like black rocks or white rocks, just very simple.
Put some nice solar stakes in there.
I love those. Just they light your path. They light your way.
I like Jesus. Jesus is my solar light.
My solar panel.
Boy.
Oh boy. So yeah, it's that time of year though, dude. It's time to mow. It's time to get out there and fucking battle that yard.
I'm both not looking forward to it, and at the same time, I miss it. I really like mowing, man. It's like the weather is nicer. Mowing makes it. You kind of just. Maybe this sounds super dad, but even if it only takes like 20 minutes to mow your lawn, which it probably does for ours, we both have pretty small lawns. That 20 minutes is all you. It's just you and Mother Nature.
That's it, man.
Mother Guy, and you can like work through shit.
Yeah, I have a little medicine. I put on some mowing music. We talked about this last year. Some mowing music, something I can just really attack.
What do you think? What do you have a vigor mowing list? Oh, we should make like a boys songs to mow to.
Yeah. The yard work, like the yard work playlist or something. That was not clever, but we'll think of something. Mark my words.
Yeah.
So we got an email.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I'll get to the email, but we got another email. Speaking of my friend Colin, he emailed us, actually, and it just said, the subject, eat my ass.
Good subject line. Well, when creating an email, you want the person to know in the subject line what basically you're going to be talking about in the email.
You want to make it concise and, well worded.
Yeah.
Eat my ass. Yeah. We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
It says, listening to episode 139, return some shit when you're 20 years old and never live it down, you fucking dicks. We're speaking of the Guitar Center trips. I'm on to you both. Send me 420 Bitcoins or else. Worst, Colin.
I like the worst.
Yeah.
At the end. It's like,
well, Colin and I talked about that before. It's like, I send a lot of emails. They call me the email kid. When I see best in an email, it just screams.
Just best, comma?
Yeah, not best wishes, not take. I always, you know what I do? Take care. I go, take care of yourself and each other. No, I just say take care.
Was that Jerry Springer?
It was.
That's nice.
And, but yeah, when I just see best,
yeah,
I'm like, best what?
Yeah, that's lazy.
Best. Okay. Worst. Worst is great.
Now, I can see that if it's like best, like some Valley Girl.
That's what I picture. When somebody writes best, I think like, yes, best, you know what I mean? No.
But does anybody end emails formally like that anymore? Like, sincerely?
I do. I always do. You know, when I email for work, and I've actually been complimented on this. I have the best email etiquette. I'm always, hello, so-and-so.
And but do you format it like a letter? Like,
oh yeah.
And then you space.
So if I was emailing you, it'd be like, subject line, Robby from Boys Podcast here, exclamation point. Just really brighten it up right in the subject. And I'd be like, hey, Josh, hope you're doing well. So I start it. I ease into it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had safe travels. Hey, just wanted to catch up about the podcast. Have a couple ideas for some guests. When would you like to chat? Let me know when's convenient for you. Take care, Robby.
That's a great email. You know why? Because it's jovial. It's positive. You voiced your empathy for the person, asking how they are. And it also created a reason for a response.
Yeah, it's the crafting. I'm an artisan email sender.
Artisan email.
You open it up, you deliver the message, you wrap it up, and then you put a proper suffix on the email. I don't overdo it with the exclamation points.
Yeah.
You ever get an email like that or a text and every sentence has an? I'm like, you're that excited typing?
Yeah.
With your thumbs?
I don't. Okay. I don't really have a dog in the pony show one way or the other when it comes to exclamation points, but I really enjoyed the comedian. Why did my brain just fucking stop? Whose line is it anyway?
Greg Proops.
Greg Proops, and he fucking hates exclamation points. So on his podcast, when he reads an email or something, he always he always like overemphasizes where they're putting exclamation points, and it stuck in my head like, yeah, they are kind of ridiculous to have, but there's sometimes you need to.
Sometimes you got to drive the excitement home.
Especially in text. That's your punctuation is the only way you can dictate what you're saying. Because you can say, eat my ass in a text, and it could either be, I want you to eat my ass.
So that would be period.
And then, eat my ass, like what Colin did, would be an exclamation point.
But then throw a question mark on the end of that bad boy.
Eat my ass?
What do you got?
That's a request.
A proposition.
I want to eat it.
A delicious proposition. My favorite kind. So we got another email though. We got to touch on this, man.
Yeah, man. So if you're a frequent listener, you're aware of our we got an email regarding child pornography.
Yeah.
From a spam.
It is from a spam. And in true boys fashion, I'm going to read the email. I'll try to keep it short.
Please.
Let's see. So there's a case number, which I did not Google. Didn't want to Google it. I don't want to be caught in some crazy YouTube mystery box, dark web scandal. Says, my name is Ulysses O'Keefe, and I am a technical collection officer working for Central Intelligence Agency.
Not the Central Intelligence. Yeah.
So much wrong with this sentence. What's a technical collection officer? So dumb. It has come to my attention that your personal details, including your email address, boys@boyspodcast.com, are listed in case number. The following details are listed in the document's attachment. Your personal details. So, just some details.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you what they are, but we have some details.
His favorite color is blue.
Miss Lippy's car is green.
So good. So your personal details, your home address, work address, list of relatives, and their contact information. Doubt it.
Yeah, so
boyspodcast.com.
So they're basing it off of our email, which has no connection to any of us.
No.
There's no
not at
name
all.
attached to it. There's nothing like that.
No. And so let me continue here. Case is part of a large international operation set to arrest more than 2,000 individuals suspected of pedophilia in 27 countries. The data which could use to acquire your personal information. And there's a list of that, blah, 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 blah. The first arrests are scheduled for April 8th, 2019. Why am I contacting you? I read the documentation. The documentation?
Yeah.
And I know you're a wealthy person who may be concerned about reputation.
Yeah, you got that wrong.
Wrong.
On both points, I'm not wealthy whatsoever, and I really don't give a shit about my reputation.
I've said some pretty rank things on this show.
Yeah.
You know my rep.
We've told all of our embarrassing stories. By God, you dressed like Twiggy Ramirez and danced for your cousin.
I did.
Still
living that one down.
Yeah.
You wore garbage.
I wore garbage.
Not as bad.
Not as bad.
Pretty cringe. Transfer exactly $10,000 USD. $10,000 in parentheses. $10,000. About 2.5 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Through Bitcoin network to the special Bitcoin address, and then puts the address in there. Blah, 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 blah. Regards, Ulysses O'Keefe. First of all, children are gross.
Yeah.
Second of all, if one was a pedophile or doing any illegal activity, including pedophilia, would the CIA send you a heads up? Hey, bro. Just want to let you know we're stopping by on April 8th.
Yeah. Also, the CIA is like taking money now? Like they're extorting people?
Bribes?
Yeah. That's extortion, bro. I'm going to call my friends in the FBI and see what they have.
And then I want $10,000 or about 2.5 Bitcoin.
Yeah, this seems like it's either, it's obviously it's a scam, or it's like a new advertising for Bitcoin, or a way for it's like viral marketing to get Bitcoin back in the zeitgeist, because people aren't really talking about it anymore.
You think Joe Bitcoin's like, there's got to be a way.
Yeah. No one's buying fucking Bitcoin. What do I do?
It's like, it used to be all about me. Now it's all about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. How do we get back in the... Wait a minute, pedophile.
That's the ticket.
I'm on to something. He's all up all night with a typewriter. Where the typewriter guy would type, and then rip it out.
Yeah.
And then what?
Crumple it and you throw it behind you in the basket.
What kind of basket?
Usually a wire basket.
Yep, your classic silver wire waste basket.
And then around it is just a bunch of other crumpled up pieces of paper.
Or then there might be a montage where he's kicked back and he's folding a paper airplane
because he's bored.
Yeah, he's bored, or he's doing something with his tie.
And
funny.
And then in the montage, you see the clock hands just start going around.
Oh yeah, it's I gotta write this article. Anyway, so that's our second spam email, and I just think it's funny.
Yeah,
it's what the fuck? I read it, and here's the deal. Obviously, it's spam. Obviously, it's a scheme. It's a scam. It's a flam. It still makes you go, what if someone was using my IP address?
Right?
What if,
What if, yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's clearly spam. The government's not going to ask you for money. And if they do, they're going to send you a letter,
a certified letter.
Certified letter is going to come to your house saying, hey, we want, that's not how any of that works.
Have you ever thought about this, Josh? Man, I got to make sure that Robby gets this package.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Signature confirmation?
Yes.
Tracking? Perhaps some insurance?
Right.
Have you ever in your life been I'm just going to fire off an email?
No.
No.
No. The government's not going to do that either. The only thing I can think of is that and this has been brought to my attention before about the name of our podcast. The name of our show is Boys, and the email boys@boyspodcast. That might be a word that's in a lexicon for like, you can just search.
Or like a database. And
that's like a keyword that pops up.
It's simple words. Yeah, I think you're right, dude.
Yeah, and that might be why we keep getting that shit. Because I don't know if listeners, if you've gotten one of these kind of emails, please let us know and share your story.
I'd love to know. What's the weirdest email you ever got? And I feel like, boys@boyspodcast.com is like the low-hanging fruit of email scam generators, like email address generators or something.
Here's my thing. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say they have something, which they don't. Why aren't you emailing personal email accounts?
Well, that's the thing. Just email them both. That's, you know what? They're pretty smart. That's double the chance that somebody might bite on something. If you email to an organization, somebody's going to feel real guilty.
Oh, true.
That person is not I, though.
No, not me. That's hilarious. So let us know if you've gotten, or like robocalls. Have you ever had any fun like robocall experiences? That shit's happening so often now. Like, it used to be like a hack joke about, getting spam calls or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I feel like at least 3 times a day, I get a call from someone about my student loans or my car warranty.
Yep.
Or we have an exciting business offer for you. I'm like, I feel...
What do you do about it, though?
Well, you used to be able to put someone on a national no-call registry.
Right. And
you can't do that anymore because I think that's probably some of that fine print shit when you sign up for your fucking, iTunes or whatever is like, no, now your phone number that's associated with your account, now you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know. I just feel like, when's it gonna stop? I long for the apocalypse, man.
Do you?
Yeah. I have this like fascination, or this, I guess, I don't know what it is, but I'm a big fan of science fiction, and anytime I see a show or a movie that's post-apocalyptic, I'm like, man, that would be so much fun. Not fun, but like, it would be, yes, one less, no more robocalls, no more shitty emails, no more having to clock into a job, no more dealing with hierarchy of like, this is the Caitlyn Jenner, blah, 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 left wing, right wing, social justice war. You're like, that's all gone. All that's left is survival.
Yeah, just that. And I made a joke to Colin this weekend, and I know I lifted it from somebody. I'm not trying to Mencia you, okay? Not trying to Schumer you, But some comedian said, man, we need another world war. Or maybe he said, we need another natural disaster.
Yeah.
Because when nothing bad happens for a long time, that's what gets us to where we are right now, where everything's like a huge issue and you got to take a side and everything. It's like, because we don't have anything more important to worry about on that, grand scale.
Yeah, so we're just finding, and that's not to diminish any point. Yes, racism is terrible. Yes, cops killing people is terrible.
Last time I checked, yes.
All of this stuff is bad. And yes, women need equal rights, but that's a whole thing. All of that is bad, but maybe we shouldn't don't physically fight each other over it. Have a conversation and let's be civil. There's also, a bunch of volcanoes on this planet that are overdue for eruption.
What's your deal with volcanoes? This is the second time I've heard you talk about volcanoes.
A meteor can hit the planet at any time and wipe all of us out. We're teetering a thin line. I mean, life is fragile. Like, we're all gonna die. Why? How long did it take me to get there?
We're right at an hour. Good job.
I'm gonna make it.
You will.
I'll do an episode without ever talking about it. But it doesn't matter, man. Like, let's just fucking deal with it.
You know what I always say? Never sweat the petty things. Excuse me. I fucked it up.
Don't sweat the small stuff. That's what they say.
Yeah. Don't sweat the petty things.
Don't worry about it.
And don't pet the sweaty things.
That's hilarious.
So I wanted to debut a new section of the show tonight. Speaking of robocalls, scams, flams, etc., I'm debuting Robby's App Corner.
Okay,
you ready?
Yeah.
Strap in. I got 2 apps for you.
Yep.
2 apps. You having a problem with robocalls? And these are, by the way, these are not paid sponsorships. I actually use these apps on my Verizon, Apple, iPhone, XS Max 512 gigabyte.
How much you paying a month extra for that?
Too much.
Yeah, right.
A car payment. No, not that much. Okay, number 1.
Yeah.
On Robby's App Corner.
Mhm.
The app Hiya. Hiya. It is a robocall scanning app that integrates with your contact list and will tell you suspected scam on your phone when they call.
Okay.
Because, those fuckers are getting smart.
Yeah.
Much like those mice. A lot of times when somebody calls you from those robocalls, it looks like your phone number almost.
Yeah. It's
like it shares 4 of the 7 numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like, what am I calling myself?
Or it shares a number similar to one of your contacts.
Yep. All right. So that's app number 1. App number 2. We all want to cut down the spam physical mail. We all want to waste less paper. We all want to not just... How many times do you get mail and just walk to the trash or the... I don't have recycling here at my house, but...
No, about at least 4 days a week, the entire mailbox is just, that's going in the garbage.
Well, I found a little app that really cut down on that. It's called Paper Karma, all one word. What you do, anytime you get like spam physical mail, junk mail, you open the app and you take a photo of it. It adds it to a registry. And then over time, it took a while because I was getting a lot of junk mail. Like I was getting junk mail from the last people who lived here before I bought this house.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, especially if you're renting or moving a lot. But even here, man, it was the same thing. I would just take a photo of it. It has a little guide. You take a photo, hit a button, one button, it submits it. And I'll tell you this, dude, over about 4 months, once it started working, my junk mail went to like nothing.
Really?
Every once in a while, I'll get something. I still get like a credit card application, or you'll get like a pizza flyer or something like that. Yeah,
pizza flyers are fine. I mean, that shit should be hung on a door, though. You hang that shit on the door.
That's true. Roll it up and put it under the handle.
Oh.
Classic. Or you'll get the random trash bag that's like, donate your shoes.
What is that?
It's just the Shriners doing the Shriner thing.
Yeah.
Check out Paper Karma, though.
So that's cool. That's cool.
That's the end of Robby's App Corner.
Those are 2 great apps. Keep your nose clean. What? I don't know.
Keep your mailbox clean.
Yeah.
And your voicemail box.
But I want to clean it all. I want the world to clean itself. I want it not end, but I would like it to just get down. I think if we got down to that level of like, you see who you truly are as a person, and you see how people interact with one another. That's why I love those kind of films, and most of them are pretty accurate. I think it would go Mad Max very quickly. Like,
it wouldn't take much time for things to get real hairy.
So you've seen a lot of those, just like any zombie movie, or Walking Dead kind of thing. So there's different characters, there's archetypes.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like, if it really came down to it, what would my archetype be? Like, how would you handle it?
I feel like in my mind, like maybe in my fantasy mind, that I would be like the rogue. Like I'd be a little sneaky. I might be like the face. I might be like, I can talk. I can use my silver tongue to get me into or out of situations.
Right.
But I'd also be a little sneaky.
Yeah.
I'd maybe like, swipe, mine, I'll take that. Then I'd probably end up being killed immediately.
Right. But in that scenario, it is a kill or be killed situation. I mean,
true.
You have to be in the mindset that everyone is out to get everyone. No one has your best interest.
That's how I am now. That's why I got the radar detector.
Boom.
Uh-oh.
Cops in every corner.
What would yours be?
I mean, I would like to say that I'd be the Norman Reedus badass who uses a crossbow and just kills it.
Wait, is that Carl?
No, Carl's the kid.
Well, I know, but does he talk like this? Carl, we gotta go, Carl.
No, I would like to be a Mad Max who, is a badass. But I mean, I would probably more than likely be that weird guy in the Mad Max who has the plane that he makes. I'll just be that weird guy.
As long as you're alive, right? I don't want to die.
It would be really hard.
Yeah, it would be tough.
It would be tough.
It'd be tough. Where am I going to get gas?
You can't.
There's no gas. Where am I going to drive my car?
Where am I going to go in on my phone?
Can I charge my phone?
Dystopian post-apocalyptic. Do you have a phone charger?
No, I said almond milk.
See, that kind of shit.
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
I want it to go away, but maybe we could do it. Maybe there's some sort of quote app that society needs.
Yeah.
That we can just clean out our email. We can clean out the junk and just get down to having a mouse-free, you know what I mean? No more infestations in your life. Get rid of the infestations in your life. Whatever they may be.
I agree. It's hard to do, man, and they add up just like that junk mail.
They do.
They start to stack up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what you do? You take a picture with your phone and you throw it in the garbage.
Your phone?
The friendships, the bonds, the ties, the people.
Yeah. Lay out a fucking, what'd you say that was? A glue trap. Lay out a metaphorical glue trap in your life. You know?
I like
Sometimes
that.
You gotta do that.
I'm going to use that theory. I'm going to think about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be my mantra. The glue trap of life. Lay out the glue trap of life.
Sounds like a hymn. Lay out the glue trap of life.
Do you have any closing thoughts?
I think I just hit it on the goddamn
I was
head.
going to say, man. No encore?
No encore. I'm going on a trip in 2 weeks, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah, you're going solo.
Flying solo. So when I come back, I'm probably going to have a lot to talk about with that. Basically, I just want to say, hey, enjoy this nice weather. It's a great time to lay out the glue trap of life. You know, a spring cleaning, if you will.
Of the mind.
And of the soul.
I like it. Well,
So-
Josh, we'll leave it at that, man.
Yeah, man.
Great episode. Had
a great
fun.
time. Yeah, had a great time.
Throwing it back, cold coffee style. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.